All right, for more on this, we're now being joined by John Erith, who is a Senior Policy Director for the Center for Arms Control and Non-Proliferation. And he's joining us live from Washington, D.C. Welcome to Fineprint, Mr. Erith.
Thank you.
Now, Trump has said that he is pissed off at Putin and also threatened on imposing secondary tariffs. Meanwhile, he has also threatened Zelensky with bigger problems if he does not sign the minerals deal. So, Mr. Erith, at this point of time, Trump has lashed out both at Putin and Zelensky. Do you think that these threats will work? Will it help Trump end the Ukraine war?
I think what we're seeing is a little bit of frustration that the war is not easy to end. I don't think anybody ever thought it would be easy, except perhaps for President Trump. And you're seeing some frustration as a result of this. The pressure tactics are unlikely to have much of an effect because they do not get at the underlying issues caused by Russian aggression. And until you address some of these things, you're not going to get very far with ending the war.
All right, Mr. Erith, you speak of how the pressure tactics will not work at this point of time. I want to ask you about Trump's relations with Putin. Do you think you are seeing a change in that as well, with Trump changing his tone?
As I said, I think what you're seeing now is some frustration. Putin is holding out for maximum demands. He wants a change in government in Ukraine, and he's going to use the desire for peace as leverage to get that. It's becoming very difficult to work with him, and I think you're seeing some frustration on the Trump administration, which has given the Russians everything they wanted, only to have the field shifted and more demands being placed.
All right, you speak of how there's growing frustration with Trump. Now, Russia and Ukraine also targeting each other. How do you see all of this impacting ceasefire talks, and what possibly could be Trump's next move in the ceasefire negotiations?
I think that the next move is likely to be another shifting of the ground. 2 months ago, it was, we can end the war in a day. Then it became, let's have a 30-day ceasefire. Then it shifted to a cessation of attacks on energy facilities, and now the Black Sea. So I think that there will be some attempt to find another possible ground for an agreement, any agreement that can be portrayed as a success, even a partial one. That seems to be the immediate goal rather than ending the war.
All right, Mr. Erith, my last question to you. Do you see this war coming to an end anytime soon, despite Washington's ongoing efforts? Because there's growing anger between both Putin and Zelensky at this point of time.
I think it would be very difficult to resolve the war while the issues that led to the start of fighting still remain unresolved. Russia wants to occupy more of Ukraine. They want a Russia-friendly government in Kyiv. Ukraine wants to recover the territory that the Russians are occupying. These are not compatible goals. So until you get some grounds for compatibility, some common ground, it's very difficult to make peace. In the absence of that, the fighting is going to go on until one side decides it has had enough, and we're not there yet.
All right. Right, Mr. Erith, thanks very much for joining us in Fineprint with your insights on this.
You're welcome.